You're listening to Tiger Cats at the Half.
Statistically, a very, very tight story here at Tim Hortons Field between the Tiger Cats and the Alouettes. And it is your hometown team from Hamilton winning, or at least leading it through 30 minutes of football, 11-3. Bubba O'Neil along with Andy Fantuz here. This is Tiger Cats at the Half, presented by My Insurance Broker. And Andy, your first half observations, kind of a real defensively strong game, especially from the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, one of those gritty games that we sort of expected, but almost in a different way. There's been turnovers on both sides, kind of sloppy turnovers, if I must say. Some broken tackles for long, extended plays. But overall, I think what we're seeing is their teams are taking turns kind of controlling that line of scrimmage, which is what we talked about as a key to victory. Early on, we saw both teams doing it, and then lately it seems like the Ticats offensively have done a pretty good job, but the Alouettes in the passing game have been able to respond with those kind of broken tackle, those yak yards, I guess you could say, the shorter passes that turn into a long run. But overall, you got to be pretty happy with the way they're playing from a Ticats. The stats are pretty even on both sides, and the biggest difference I think right now is the Ticats have been pretty good on second down. They have 13 first downs, and they're 10 of 14 on second down. So I think that's the difference in the game, and that's why they are up by 8 points right now.
Taylor Powell kind of using a very ball control-oriented offense. He has got James Butler going 6 carries, 46 yards. I mean, anytime you're running the ball at 7 yards a crack, I'll take that, I would think.
Yeah, it's productive, it's decent, it's average, but Montreal's about the same. William Stanback 8 for 41. If you look at the rush yards between the teams, Montreal 63, Hamilton 73. Pass yards, Montreal 141, Hamilton 169. Pretty even game statistically. Penalties have been still a bit of an issue. 5 for 40 yards on the Hamilton side, 6 for 70 yards on the Montreal side. Not too much quarterback pressure as of yet. 0 sacks for Hamilton and 1 for Montreal. So pretty even game. You got Simone Lawrence with 5 tackles, Richard Leonard 2 interceptions. So that's been a big key. But I do like the flow that Hamilton has right now. They've had even a couple drop passes, really. And that could have been nice long plays. But getting James Butler all these touches with 6 carries and 5 receptions, and probably could have had a couple more receptions. That's what you love to see. He's on pace for over 20 touches, and that bodes well for this team.
One sour note, the lower body injury to Mo Diallo carted off on the field, and then a couple of plays later, Malik Carney leading the team in sacks, he goes down. So I guess it's a good thing that Mark Washington and their defense have 8 guys on the D-line today.
Yeah, I feel bad. It seems like crazy that we were talking about how the defense has been pretty healthy right before the game, and then you get 2 D linemen go down. But yeah, prayers to their speedy recovery, and yeah, good thing that Mark Washington has a strong rotation there, and even some of those linebackers can fill in and rush the quarterback at times.
Well, one of the guys that might be able to fill in, I know he spent many years with the Tiger Cats back in the early 2000s playing offensive line. Maybe he can switch him over to the defensive line. I know he's got skills, and he is our alumnus of the distinction for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Really happy, really pleased to bring in the likes of Ryan Donnelly. Ryan, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
I mean, what's this like for you here, this alumnus of distinction, kind of bringing it right back to the old days and getting to celebrate with your family?
No, it's been great. They take great care of us. They've had us down at the Caretaker's Lounge out in the field. My kids had a blast. I'm really thankful for the experience for my family, and they didn't get a chance to watch me play. I had kids 1 year old. I think my son Logan was 1 when I was in Winnipeg. So it was a good opportunity for them to get in the field, say hi to the players, and have that experience that, maybe if I had 5 more years, my knees didn't tell me that I did, but they were able to have a great experience today.
Well, Ryan, you still look like you can play, and you went to MAC. You certainly have a lot of roots in Hamilton. Played for the Ticats 2002 to 2008, and then you finished the last season, 2008 and then 9 with the Bombers. You played a bunch of different positions on the offensive line, left tackle, right guard, right tackle, I believe.
Yeah, finish with center.
Oh, finish with center. There you go.
My favorite. Just step back and help.
Yeah, and you got your beautiful family here. Your wife Renee, your sons Logan and Lucas, who's sitting right next to us, and then Reese and Emma. Emma's not here, but your father Rick is here. What's it like to be in this new stadium and have your whole family here to sort of celebrate your career and your experience as a Cat?
Yeah, absolutely. I never had a chance to play in this stadium. I've been here a lot with the alumni and working with the alumni and seeing all the guys, but it was nice for my family more than myself. Honestly, it was. I've been on the field. I've mingled with the fans. I've signed autographs, but I haven't had my family with me, so that was really special.
Well, it's so grateful that you're taking the lead of the Tiger Cat Alumni Association and putting on so many cool events and just getting a network of people together, of former players. So thank you for that. What else are you doing with yourself?
Yeah, I'm a divisional manager with Good Life Fitness, so I manage the Southern Ontario clubs. Keep myself busy with coaching football right now. I'm moving into Bishop Tonus. I coach with John McDonald, ex-Ticat in Brantford. We're at Pauline Johnson. Mike Linton, you probably remember him from the MAC days. Coached with him last year at Oakville. So moving into coaching my son Logan, he's going to be going to Bishop Tonus. Coaching Lucas, sitting beside you, AA baseball in Ancaster. So I've been busy, but the alumni.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, is coaching the same kind of rush as a player? I'm trying to figure out my life path.
You know what? I got to sometimes tell myself they're 12. Sometimes we've both been coached from some pretty tough coaches, and I got to sometimes just take a breath. Lucas is 11.
Well, so. we got one of your sons, Lucas, here. Lucas, has your dad ever been hard on you coaching?
Yes.
Anything you could share?
Straight to the point, honest.
I think the offensive line is doing really good. But the defensive line, you need to put more pressure on the QB.
For the Cats in the second half, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we need some sacks. That's a good call, bud.
Yeah, 0 sacks, but they are pushing the line.
What's this guy doing here? Why don't we get him in the locker room for crying out loud?
Yeah.
We get to fire up the guys.
Are you free for the post-game show?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Lucas. And yeah, Ryan, what's your outlook on the Ticats this season and tonight?
I honestly was talking with Bubba, this is a huge game that the way this game goes, I really think is going to be a dictation of what the season is going to look like for the Ticats. I know it's early, but this is a team we've got to beat, and we're our quarterback position, we're hurting. But isn't that when Simone Lawrence is supposed to get 5 tackles and Ted Laurent is supposed to stop the run, and we're supposed to get 2 interceptions? Well, the defense is doing what they should be doing. So I'm really happy with that. Offensive line, receivers get open, and I always say, in Navy SEALs, they say fall back in your training. I think Coach O always puts them in a good spot. Let's just make sure they fall back on their training in the second half and do what they're supposed to do. Do your job.
Let me ask you a question here, because you're one of the rarities, and I know there's a couple of them out there, and Andy's kind of close in that situation too. You grew up in St. Catharines, and you played for McMaster, and then you played for the Tiger Cats. Can you script it any better in some ways of being being able to be at home and play the game that you love?
Yeah, the crazy thing is I grew up in Winnipeg from grade 5 to grade 10, and I got shipped out to the Bombers. So I traveled to my lineage. So it was something that I had high school friends everywhere I went, but every time I come to this stadium, it's people that I've known for probably 25 years. So it was really cool, and it's an experience I don't think I would choose a different story.
Speaking of experience, you made an appearance on the Morielli and Hitch program, and probably got to talk to some of the old boys there, some good stories, and I'll be honest, I listened to it. That's about 60 minutes of good laughter. When you get together with guys like Andy, what's that like when you get to chat with the old boys?
Yeah. Mike Morielli, I said on the podcast, he did a 2002 football camp at McMaster with me, and he said to the camp, they said the experiences you create with your teammates is going to be the things that last forever. And I was like, yeah. I've been playing for 5 years. So let's get on with like the pep talk, Mike. We had the most fun. We had the best locker room. And I could sit here and I've shared some stories with you for 5 minutes. It was the best. That locker room, Itch, Morelli, McManus, I could go on. It was awesome. I remember those guys more than the games. I wish I had some great cups to remember too, but that would be a trumpet. It was awesome.
So much fun.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us, Ryan. It's just a wonderful thing that you're able to check in with us, and
Thanks, Lucas, too.
Yeah. He's a young broadcaster and a coach. He's got it all lined up. Andy, big second half to come. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I mean, this has been, Tiger Cats at the half, presented by my insurance broker. Hey, 11-3 for the Tiger Cats. 30 minutes of football still to come. RJ and Luke are with us. Coming up next on the Tiger Cats Audio Network.